had to buy the man out. Members of this international power elite, the Trilateral Commission, the Illuminati, they have the power, brothers and sisters, to directly influence the federal and executive branch of government in ways that nobody else can even come close to. George Bush father got on television talking about, I don't know what's going on. I just came to check on my son. I don't even realize, ain't nobody keeping me abreast of nothing. Liar! Every time the boy gets ready to make a decision, he pick up the phone. Daddy? What do you think I should do, Daddy? Because he's carrying out his father's agenda. What he's dealing with, his father started when he was in the Oval Office. Even politicians with the best intentions and the strongest of wills find themselves virtually helpless against the massive political influence of the financial banking cartels. The power elite are able to influence the federal government through three basic processes. I don't have time to go through all three of them, but the first one is called the candidate selection process. Now see, this is deep, people, because one of the reasons why I have a problem with voting, personally, is because they won't let me select who I want to run for president. They want me to elect who they select. You understand what I'm saying? And as long as you don't have the power to select, but only to elect two of who they selected, you're still a slave. Did that make sense, people? In other words, what they do is they go select two of their boys. And they put both of their boys out here and say, all right, public, now y'all choose which one you want. What difference do it make? Both of them belong to you. The candidate selection process, though the members of the power elite attempt to influence the electoral campaigns by means of finances in the form of large campaign donations, that is the real entity that we have to contend with. In the political system of the United States, the emphasis of elections is not, follow me people, it's not the policies of the political party or the candidate, but the personal image and attributes of the individual candidates. For all intents and purposes, hear what I'm about to tell you. Go do your research, prove me wrong. But for all intents and purposes, the Democratic Party or the Republican Party doesn't even exist. That's just a lie to make the public think they got something to say with what's going on. You hear what I'm saying? One elitist says it this way. Banker that I knew from New Jersey. He said, the best form of government is to make people think they have a say in what's going on. Isn't that deep? Because if people think they have a say, they'll get more involved and support the program. That's the lie. That's the deception that they give us through what is called the voting process. There are only individuals, candidates and professionals, consultants, builders, so forth, contractors, doorbell ringers, media advisors, that's all they're concerned with. They're not concerned about somebody who really wants to come in and do the right thing. The reason why the American political system can be in good part dominated by the members of the power elite through large campaign contributions is because the candidate selection process in the American political system is so individualistic and therefore dependent upon name recognition and personal image. So big donors and big fundraisers are held. Y'all be surprised how much money Ronald Reagan made to become president of the United States. Y'all be surprised how much money George Bush made to become president of the United States. And of course, all this money is under what is called campaign contributions. For example, Ronald Reagan in 1966, just after he became governor of California, this company called 20th Century Fox. Y'all ever hear that before? It's a movie conglomerate. 20th Century Fox purchased several hundred acres of his land adjacent to their outdoor set in Malibu. Check this out now. They purchased several hundred acres of his land for $2.8 million. Triple what it was worth. Okay? What's really deep about it is right now to this day, that land ain't got nothing on it but wild grass and trees. Never used the land. But it was money that went into his pocket. $2.8 million for a piece of land they ain't doing nothing with. See, they had to give a reason for giving him that kind of money. So they say, we bought his land. And then they arranged it to where he got $20,000 per appearance just to go around and do speeches at different businesses. That's big money, y'all. Every time he went to speak at a dinner or a banquet, he got $20,000. Oh, come on, y'all. Shucks. I wish. Now you see why Jesse tried to run for president, don't you? Shucks. Making that kind of money. They ain't gonna let no black man have that kind of money, though, y'all. Then there's the special interest process. Let me close by going to this last point, the policy-making process, through which the general policies of the policy-making network, which includes organizations like the Council on Foreign Relations, are brought to the White House and Congress. The policy-making process is not as well known or studied as the other different processes used. It appears to be as detached from day-to-day events as special interest programs, completely immersed in them. It appears as concerned with fairness and the national interest as the special interest process seems biased and self-seeking. You ever hear words like nonpartisan? Objectives? These are catchwords that they use to describe the organizations involved, and many of its members show their disdain for really helping the public. Brothers and sisters, we are dealing with a situation here where money controls it all. If OPEC is getting ready to pull their money out of the United States banks, and I'm talking well over $1 trillion, isn't it sad, but yet it's realistic, that this government would say 5,000 people just got to die. 6,000 people just have to die. It's easier to kill 6,000 people than to have them take $1 trillion out of this country. In other words, it takes a heartless people to come up with that. But again, brothers and sisters, back what I said last week, it's called crisis creation. You see, people, again, and by the way, in case y'all didn't know it, Bush just so happened to have frozen the bank accounts of these OPEC countries. How do you freeze the bank account except you must create a crisis? Why would anybody want to crash planes into the World Trade Center? You see, in police work, we have this thing called, well, they have this thing, I ain't in it no more. They have this thing called motive, opportunity. All that stuff plays an important part here. What would be the motive of Muslims crashing a plane into the World Trade Center? For what? Ain't got no motive. Because y'all are the devils in the world? Well, heck, we've been devils in the world for the longest. had to happen to cause such a tragedy? So, we must stage an event that will be so monumental that it will give the president the privilege and the opportunity to create Emergency War Powers Act. And when the president does that, what does he do? The first thing he does is he goes and freezes these people's assets. You can't pull your money out of this country. And the real tragedy here, people, is innocent people, innocent Americans, are parading down streets, holding signs up, talking about no war, peace, peace, no fear, no fear. We don't want to go to war. That's all smoke screen. But it's deep that when you put human life into a smoke screen to cover your filthy agenda. Who really owns and runs America? The people who got the money. And I want you to know the United States ain't the people. We are broke as we can be. The United States has been broke for a long time. That's why Alan Greenspan is such a powerful man. Alan Greenspan said, y'all need some money? Fine, I'll print up some more money. But you got to understand, I'm gonna put interest on every, I'm gonna put 32-cent interest on every dollar I'll print up for you guys. So that means every dollar bill that they print, the United States owns the Federal Reserve 32 cents on it. Where are we gonna get the money from? Where were they gonna get $40 billion from? Y'all see our predicament, people? Now that I hope you've learned something in this. Now that you've learned something, go educate others. Because we got ignorant black folk who love their president and are ready to go die for a heartless people. And I know what I'm saying is dangerous, but I got to tell the truth. See, you know, it's amazing, y'all. All my life I was raised saying stuff like, I'll go, I'll go, I'll go, I'll go. If the Lord wants somebody, here am I. Oh Lord, send me. And all my life, even though I was singing that, the only thing I was going forth and telling was the program that they had programmed into me to program into you. And guess what? That's not dangerous. Of course, you get rich doing that. But that song has meaning when it says, Lord, I'll go telling the truth even if they don't want to hear it, even if it costs my life. We even say that. Even if it costs my life, Lord, I'm going all the way. Shucks. And we some chicken-hearted folk. I'm a soldier in the army of the... What's your warfare? Look at the person next to him and ask him, what is your warfare? Since you're such a soldier, what have you been warring against since you're a soldier? Got my war clothes on. As soon as somebody lie on you, you're ready to give up. Yeah, buddy. They talk about me. Oh, brothers and sisters, I tell you. Let's pray. God bless us, I pray. And make us what you'd have us be. I pray that you would continue to help us right here at the African Village Center to prepare ourselves for the work that is right in front of us.